Hi everyone. Be getting started in just a minute here. Okay. Well, I was really determined to find some time for this today. It's been a busy day and very hot where I am actually for the first time in a while. After a really busy week again where I didn't get any time to sort of sit down and do this, I've really been looking forward to it and wanted to make sure I had at least one session over the weekend, and maybe we'll see about tomorrow. Since it's been a week again, this will be a little bit of a recap for me as well as you all. I'll take a look through my inventory here and stuff. I remember I did some upgrading last time, and actually that reminds me that I have a little bit of bad news, something I'm really disappointed in at least, which is that I did play a short session after last weekend. I think it was just very early in the week, for an hour, maybe about an hour. And unfortunately, the video for that was lost. And so I'm really disappointed that I don't like. I'm not going to have a complete sort of record of sort of my playthrough of this game again for the first time in so long. So that's too bad. I don't really have a save to go back to. I think that would make any sense. And honestly, it was kind of an uneventful session, except for one cutscene, which I can talk about here. I think just as a bit of a summary, I think when we ended last time in 7.2, when we had sort of our two-part like mega session over last weekend, I had gotten the iron key and I had a little bit of like backtracking to do. There are a few doors scattered around in one or two places, unlocked by that key that I needed to go back to check out. Um, there are two areas that I think I remember. The first was just a single room back in the abandoned mines. That vertical room in abandoned mines, I think B2, that was just really annoying because it was so vertical. There were a couple of like imps or gargoyles in there or something that were just really obnoxious, hovering fully out of reach and casting spells and just being a real nuisance. So it was back in that area. There was a door, and through that door was just a single room. There may have been some enemies, nothing noteworthy, but the chest contained grimoire for one of our last elemental weapon buffs, which was fire. So that's really nice to have. I think we still lack, if they exist, like a dark weapon spell and a light weapon spell. I'm not sure if those exist. Dark hasn't really been very necessary. Light, that gap's been filled pretty well by the little dagger I have from very early in the game that's up to about 65 or 70 light. And I'll come back to that in a moment too, because that's continued to be very handy. And so after that area in abandoned mines, there was another door that we'd found in Undercity, the second Undercity area, I think. I guess Undercity East. I don't remember exactly where that area was. Maybe I guess it was through Town Center East, through those some of those really tough guards, and then back down a passageway into the Undercity again. And that's where we ran into a couple of new characters, sort of new characters. I think one we'd seen before called Nisa, sort of a tall, lithe um, fighter. I think they're affiliated with the Crimson Blade faction. I know she was talking to Guildenstern in one previous cutscene and mentioned the name Tiger, but I don't think we'd seen him before. And he's just kind of like a big axe wielding kind of barbarian type dude. And so you run into them in this area once again. after picking up a sigil that leads to the limestone quarry. So that was kind of the prize for that area. It was just a few rooms. I think nothing too interesting, but on your way out, you confront them, um, or rather, you run into them and they confront you. And Grissom makes an appearance. If you remember him, he was the second sort of human Crimson Blade caster guy that I think we killed his brother originally when we emerged from the Sanctum and Catacombs early in the game. We emerged into Town Center West and immediately got attacked by a couple of armored knights or fighters and this spellcaster who we dispatched pretty easily. And Grissom is his brother, and so he was kind of out to get you and confronted Ashley in the Snowfly Forest when he sort of basically spent his life or um, of his life power to summon a Dark Crusader. Um, and that was a good boss battle there, but we Ashley dispatched him as well. So his appearance was a little surprising, but he's essentially risen now as like one of the cold ones, as they say, or like an undead, I guess. And um, you could see his personality or his mental state turning a little bit, and that he didn't understand quite what was happening to him. He was still a little bit like aware of the way he used to be and like his own personality, but that seemed to be fading. And he could see his friends, Nisa and Tigar, who were wary of him and maybe out to get him because he was like turning to the dark side or part of the dark side now. And so he took off, and I imagine we'll see him again at some point. The Crimson Blades took off after him, so we'll see if we run into any of them again, but it's, I guess, an example of sort of the darkness within Leomon taking hold of the dead, or um, most of the play, both of those areas were pretty small, however, so most of the play session last time was actually going through Iron Maiden B1, or what turned out to be Iron Maiden B1. And that is definitely a part that I really am sad to have missed. But on the other hand, again, it was kind of uneventful. There were a lot of really good items to pick up in that area, a lot of great weapons and stuff. So that's why I want to take a look at my inventory here and remember sort of where I ended up with like equipment and crafting and stuff. I think I actually left some stuff behind because I was running out of inventory space, and there was a door or more than one door that I couldn't pass through. So I knew I would be back there. So I think I left maybe some of those chests for when I'm back next time. But for the most part, it went very, very smoothly. I think that there was a dragon boss, which dropped the chest key, which is a key we've seen required for at least one or two chests. One in the keep was the first one. There may have been another one. There was another one, I think, in the Iron Maiden B1 that led to some good weapons, and probably not the last. Otherwise, there were a lot of undead, phantoms, and zombie knights, weak to light, and so that light dagger that we have from early in game was really putting in work, and for the most part made things fairly comfortable. I think I fully explored that area. It was fairly large, quite a few rooms that sort of wrapped around. There was kind of an upper level and a lower level, even just within B1. And then at the end, there was a door locked by something. I could check the map, maybe a sigil, maybe a key. I'd have to look it up. But I imagine we'll be back. So while that was a pretty exciting area to go through, there wasn't a whole lot to it. There was some weapon swapping, but yeah, a lot of reliance on that dagger for the light damage. and we're just whacking away on that dragon, which I remember having, I think, very high evade, very low hit percent chance. So it was just a lot of single attacks there to try to land and defeat that. And with all the items found, I think I did some combining and equipment juggling after that. But we'll review equipment really quickly, and then we'll look through the items I have and anything that there may still be some backtracking that I haven't done, so we could look at doing that. But essentially, I think the next step is going to be the limestone quarry, which I think we found the door to, locked by a sigil at some point, and I have a number of items that reference that area, and it sounds like it's just going to be the next big one probably to go to, unless one of these backtracking opportunities leads to some other area. So that will eventually be back to the Sunless Way in Undercity West, heading north, I think, or well, I'm not sure which cardinal direction it is, but heading up where I think we fought, I think it was an air elemental or something in that room the first time we visited before we were blocked by a sigil. So let's take a quick look, get the game going here. We'll take a quick look at items and equipment and see what we can do. Man, I feel rusty. Seems like it's this way every week, but let me just check. Yeah, I'm pretty cleared out here. I think I've done my combining and equipping and everything, so I have just a few weapons with me and I'm otherwise cleared out. Let's take a look at armor really quick. This is always kind of overwhelming because there's so many pieces. I think there were some upgrades here. I've tried to prioritize keeping Hagane at least. I have a Damascus gauntlet, but it's been outclassed by these upgraded pieces at this point. And I'm not sure how the combining with Damascus works yet. I have only one workshop that can do it, and it can only do silver in Damascus, so that is, I believe, silver? Yeah. So that is of questionable value. Hasn't been useful yet. But across the board here, I think I've gotten a few upgrades. These rune earrings may have been picked up in the Iron Maiden. Silver earrings engraved with ancient Chaldean lettering. So again, we reference to Chaldea, which is Mullenkamp's like nation or faction or civilization. And it provides some affinity defense, it looks like. So that might be useful if we come up against spellcasters, elemental spellcasters or something, basically. Oh, and some of the other really nice items down in the Iron Maiden were gems. And so I think we have, as well as the fire spell, we have fire gem now, water gem. We had air. This is the Titan Malachite. When I picked this up and I read that it increases the power of direct attacks, I thought that sounded nice. I didn't realize that it actually literally meant physical affinity. But I'm really happy to have that because physical affinity, there's no spell for that, at least none that I've gotten. And it's quite useful against a number of enemies. So I think I had such a hard time in Town Center East when I first arrived because my weapons had picked up just enough like affinity, like fire or whatever, that they were hitting with fire, and those guys were all weak to physical. So that made it much harder than would have been nice. So picked up a bunch of those. I think those are really important so I don't have to like grind out affinity when I need, certain things. I'll probably favor spells just for their ease of use where I can. got a whole bunch of grimoires here that I should use as I have MP to do so, so I don't forget about them. These have been dropping from enemies some, so I don't know how many of these there are. There may be quite a few. But there are many that seem to be essentially random drops. So here we see one sigil, Eulalia, that mentions the limestone quarry. We have the iron key, of course, that we had last time. We have the Melissa sigil, also for limestone quarry. The stock sigil for the wine cellar. I honestly don't even remember a locked door back there. But that's maybe another bit of backtracking that I can do. And the Aster sigil, also limestone quarry. So that's 3 sigils for the limestone quarry, which is what is making me think that's the next probably big place to go to progress. Sigil for the keep. Some elixirs and wine. The chest key. Another sigil for the keep. I forget where I picked these up. I think in the Iron Maiden again. And those probably unlock doors along the city walls north or whatever it is that leads to this area. I'm actually very close to there. When I pop out here, you'll see I'm in Keen's workshop, or Keen's Crafts, I think, in the keep where we fought Rosencrantz. And that fight, by the way, against Nissa and Tiger was kind of interesting, but pretty short-lived, I guess. They just kind of came at me pretty hard with a lot of break arts, which was sort of overwhelming. I felt like I hardly attacked even, and they were dead because I guess they drained their HP with break arts, and then I only had to hit them a few times. I think I only attacked one of them as well. I think Nissa, the one who was easier to hit, a little less armored maybe. But Tiger was extremely annoying with his axe because he was using like a break art that hit with curse, which I have no way to get rid of other than those angelic pain items, which are limited, obviously. So fortunately I had 2 or 3 of those that I could just use, so I could at least land some damage when I needed to. That looks like about it. We have a night shield. Yeah, some upgrades to the armor. I guess I didn't go through all my weapons here, so definitely some upgrades to both the sword and the axe. Actually, I don't think I'm carrying my axe right now, but this is the same blunt mace that I had. It's been really, really useful. I went ahead and named this silver dagger since it's been doing so much work for us. The sword is a nice upgrade, which is what I have equipped here now. And the axe that I have back in my container will be a nice swap for this, for edged, one-handed edge damage. If I need it, or if this blade starts picking up too much affinity or something. And the polearm is lagging behind a little bit, but I think this is one that I picked up in Iron Maiden again as well. It's still piercing, so the only other piercing weapon I have is this dagger, except for like a rapier or whatever, which the strength is much lower on those. So I thought I would carry this just in case I needed a little higher strength piercing damage. The shield really seems like amazing defense though. I mean, to drop like 24 strength defense and 20 intelligence defense. It's quite a bit. Yeah, so feeling kind of rusty, but we're just gonna jump in here pretty much. Again, this is Keen's Crafts. And we'll emerge into the keep. And this chest here, which I opened, this is why I'm back in this area maybe, and to use the workshop. This chest here was locked with a chest key. I forget what was in here. A couple of few good things, I'm sure, like a weapon and piece of armor and stuff, but you know, search that if you're curious about the specifics, but I don't think it was anything amazing, probably used in some combinations. So since I'm back here, I do have sigils for these doors back here. Yeah, here we go. So it even tells you Colmia sigil and Columbine sigil. So these are the two that I have, and they're unlockable. It even tells us. So I probably should have tried those when I came out of the Iron Maiden, but I guess I left them for the next time. I'm not sure. I think there are time trials or like boss rush or something in this game that I remember. So that may be what these are, with all the doors lined up like this. With how close we are to Town Center South here, I remember when we came through here last time, I don't think I fully explored this area, although it's kind of mapped out here. I think we came through here, the House Kazabas, I remember this, and then we found a gate. And I guess maybe that's why this is mapped up, because we came on the like east side, the eastern entrance of this area, and that vertical sort of spire here, that was like a heavy gate that blocked our way. So I don't think we've been on the west side of that. So I wonder if we should take a look at that. But otherwise, we have pretty much the Wine Cellar sigil. Maybe that'll cost some MP to warp back there. I think that's pretty far. But it might be worth it to see if there's, anything to pick up there that might help us on our way. I don't remember what state I'm in at all for this stuff. Gain magic has absolutely become a very useful skill. See if these guys actually like get in my way or what. If they're just gonna cast. They could possibly drop something useful for me, but yikes. This guy is weak to edged and physical, I guess. Okay. Seems to remember my timing at least a little. I have to say that the map in this game, like the way the areas connect and everything is really neat. And I think I talked before about how it's kind of reminiscent of Dark Souls in a way. How the areas kind of, you delve into like a new area, explore the whole thing, find new enemies and items and grow stronger, and then turns out like there's a passageway that kind of brings you back up from below to an area, an early, like one of the first areas in the game, or the town, one of the town center areas that links to everything else. And that's pretty neat. That said, I don't feel like I have like a extremely clear idea of how all the areas do fit together. So it'd be fun to run back through sometime, just to sort that out, get a mental picture a little better. I can't even. Yeah, that's just a drop off. So this is the way we didn't come last time. Yeah, so there's that gate. And I think on the other side of that is, you know, City Walls something. City Walls East, I guess, or... City Walls East. Hello. Oh, man. Yeah, I feel like at this point my strength is just dominating some of these guys. I don't seem to need to worry too much about specific weaknesses here, maybe. Just practicing timing a little bit, getting back into the groove. Wow, a lot of items. I'm gonna have to unload before I go into a new area. Yeah, I haven't been here before, so dead end. Is this locked? Oh, bronze key. And is this just that looks like a drop? Okay, okay, wow, okay. So this might be a new spot to push as well, push through as well. Yeah, so that top level one-way door was where we came into this area originally, and then the bottom one was just blocked to us. And this room, Delusions of Happiness, can it rotate? Yes. This is the room that I was talking about backtracking to. This is blocked by the iron key originally, I think, and I got the fire weapon spell here. So why not? Let's push through here. Just clear it out. See if there are any bosses or anything. And then we can maybe unload our weapon and head to the quarry if there's time. So we haven't had a block puzzle for a little while, so we have a floating stone up there that we're going to need to get high enough to. That's not going to do it. And I need that box to get back up here. They seem to do this a lot where they kind of put boxes here like in a way that looks kind of like complex or like in a way that you think is important. And it's unclear if that's true because I can only break these, right? Like those stone ones, I can't do anything with them. I might be able to pick up if I set this guy here. I should be able to jump up here, and then I could push this, and then I can pick up both of these, potentially. I can drop. So I think I could stack 3 high. I don't know if that's like enough. I see, but I can't really even stack this. You'll never push those stones, and you'll never get that other push block that I just destroyed any farther than I got it. Okay, you won't be able to push it away from the wall. Well, let's see if this is high enough. As I learned in previous rooms, you only take like 20 damage from falling, so... Oh, I guess this is a clue as well. They have only 2. This is closer on this side, but they have only 2 boxes stacked. But, like, while it looks like there might be a lot of work to do, there really haven't been very many options in most of the box puzzles, so... Can I... There's a way to see the name of this thing. This looks like a new enemy, so I'm just going to see if I can get it. That said orc. So I guess not. I guess it's... Orcs are human. Got some HP. See if we can chain. Nope. So it looks like I might be fairly powerful coming through this area, which is nice for a change, maybe. I know my analyzed failed there, but I haven't looked at the encyclopedia like for ages. I wonder how many enemies I've seen at this point. So porcine demi-humans that are able to use magic spells and any weapon they can find. So I have run into those guys before, I guess. Yeah, lizard man, blood lizard. So seen quite a few, but definitely gaps up in the elementals and maybe bosses. I would expect the quarry to have like a number of bosses if it's a new area, but not a whole lot that we haven't seen. Speaking of elementals, well, that's pretty reasonable damage for a boss. Oh, this isn't, so maybe it was a water elemental that I fought before at the entrance to the quarry. I don't remember. So we expect this to be fairly straightforward. I guess maybe we can maximize. We know it's a phantom. We expect it to be weak to earth. Yeah, pretty much very strong to everything else. So blunt or edged. We could go blunt. I have my mace handy. Why not? I'm not sure if I have any earth gems to buff it. But let's see what we can do for kicks. We can try to go to the head maybe for a few strikes to disable spells. Oh, and that's a very good point. I should magic ward myself. I don't know what it's gonna cast. I could magic ward, or I could air defense. I guess air defense would really probably be better. Since it'll last more than one. Magic ward is also very expensive. But I can do damage and I can regen as well, so... Okay. I don't think I have any gems for Phantom. So I'll just put a Braveheart on here. I have another Braveheart somewhere. Maybe it's attached to something else, I guess. Yeah, none of those would be all that useful, so... Cast this first. Okay. Ran out of time there, too much futzing around in the menus. Yeah, so that's very reasonable damage, I think. The head is a little harder to hit, but if we can hit it, looks like it has pretty high. Ooh, that's going to disable some spells. Yikes. Feeling strong again, but that's not going to last probably. I wonder how many strength entries are in this thing. I think I've gotten strength like once. Thunder spell. See if we can just dispatch this guy with a light spell or something. It's a pretty low hit chance though. These are the same things that... It's kind of annoying with poison. Yeah, why is my MP so low? How much does... So heal doesn't cost much of anything. This is expensive, I guess, but still lower than I thought I was. Which means that was kind of a bad move to waste that. I think these guys, if it's the same as the early guys that cast poison, the early slimes back in like the Sanctum or whatever, I know they're not weak to earth, since I had that on. And sure enough, they are weak to air. What? Guy took one hit. Do I have enough? Oh, I should have been... Whoops. It's okay. Oh, man. Okay. I'll just sit here for a minute, take a little damage. Looking for Shaman, Antidote. Oh, it only costs 3. So again, these boxes, like, weird, right? Like, why? Why are these here? But they can't go anywhere. I can't do anything with these. So we get a teleportation point. And of course, we'll take the opportunity to save, take a drink. And I'll just be right back here while this is saving, grab some extra water. Alright. Alright. We can play that. This might be that new orc enemy entry we didn't have. Encyclopedia. Some sort of orc leader or something, maybe. Since I analyze, I guess I should take a look. Just guessing. Yeah, wheat's edged. And earth, so or water the most actually, so we can buff that out if we need to. Let's see what the damage looks like. That's fine. This is a fairly long time section, so I have a feeling this might go poorly. I've got 2 directions to choose from. Heal? That's a cure. Ouch. It's so dark in here, I seriously am having trouble seeing for the chains. I see, so maybe I need to try to make my way here. Otherwise I don't really have much to go on. So I would say north or east, I guess. I'd like to be able to come back and explore these other areas though. We have a save. Nice. Lucky. Good evasion. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, so he's just here to waste time. I need to land a hit and just combo him so he can't cast again. That will do. Oh, and I didn't get a gate magic off that. That sucks. Did twice. I'll take that. I'm gonna sit here for a minute and I'm gonna heal first. 70 risk. I don't know how tight the timing is here, but I'm just gonna sit here for a minute. instead of using an item. See? See? Actually, that's pretty slow. Let's not do that. I've got quite a few of these. That was a waste. Oh, it's curving away. Just killing it. I risk again. Ooh, chests. Presumably, if I get to wherever I need to go... Oh, actually... I see. This went to the left and then up, so this is actually fine, except it's a dead end. I assume I could come back and get this after this time section. Let's see. Wow, it is. Why is it so dark? Oh, this is a fake. This is a fake chest. Yeah. All right. What? Hold on a second. See if I can fix the settings here. I think something is off. Let's see if that's a little better. Oh boy. Try not to fight these guys. Just don't want to deal with it. There's the door. I don't want to mess with this guy, but I want to figure out which way I need to go here. I need to go this way, here. This guy is clearly Earth. So he falls as quickly as the air guy. Awesome. We're gonna get hit here. Okay, let's try a different one here. This doesn't cost us any time, really. And he's just being kind of annoying. So I imagine he's pretty weak to edged, or strong to edged, weak to something else. Probably not blunt. So the spear comes in handy. Actually, I should check that spear that I picked up. Where's that? Oh, it's weaker. Yeah. Even worse. Okay, maybe it was blunt. Damage was low, but it was also not buffed. And I do have air gems. Not sure this is actually doing much for me. I think the harder they are to hit, the less useful this is, because it only buffs by 20%. That's better. Risk is a little high. Didn't break his head, I guess. Ugh. Ouch. Complete fake out on the timing. I hate it. I hate it. Hit him. Hit him. Chain defense. It's good damage, just high evade. know how I feel about those guys. It's kind of samey. It is very satisfying now that I have like all the buff spells and some more gems to be able to take them out a little more easily. Yeah, that risk. Should just run. Of course I missed twice. There we go. So that was the goal, I guess. There wasn't even a door to open there. I guess it said the door opened when I entered the area originally, so. Oh, this is one way? Ah, I see. Well. It's extremely annoying. These guys are weakest to edge or piercing, I think, but actually, let's do that. I need a little extra range here to deal with these stupid gargoyles. Yeah, look at that. It's just so far away, like... I need to reflect that, I guess, but like, it's pretty substantial damage, really. Fast, of course. 150 damage from just nothing. Strike, really. I'm gonna have to get out the crossbow for these things. They're just ridiculous. Like, ridiculous damage, completely untouchable. Look at that evasion. Like, my risk is something, but like, that's ridiculous. Like, I have to chain him, but it's such a low hit chance. Unbelievable. It's just the most annoying enemies, I think. It's just ridiculous accuracy, just ridiculous. I have no MP and I can't regain MP because I can't hit them. Oh, I brought the... I didn't bring the crossbow because of the pike. I think I actually ditched my crossbow, my upgraded crossbow in the Iron Maiden because I was out of inventory space and didn't want to leave something behind. What am I looking for? I could buff some MP here, but MP items are just so rare, it's just... Yeah. Eesh. Alright, so what did we miss back here? We actually did pretty well to grab this, probably, but there was a path... there's a path here. And a path here. I'm not clear what happens if I run out of time. Like... So I think going south here was the harder way to go, right? Because this was like a block room. Maybe I could have jumped straight across, I'm not sure. There was a floating cloudstone. But it was easy to go north. I'm not sure about south. But we can make a pass through that again. Next time, perhaps. Let me just think for a minute. There could be some useful items. Might help us through the next area, but hard to say. Sure. Let's see if we can find out what we missed there. As soon as you get back to here, there's no other way in here if this is blocked. It says there's actually a magic circle here, which I think I remember from when I backtracked. So I imagine that's by design. Switch back to the edge weapon and higher defense. And then I'll Crustacea probably when I get in, and I'll just try to run through stuff. Maximize time. I don't know how long the paths are that we didn't follow. I have to do this from the menu. Yeah, so this one. Oh, hello. Hopefully this will help us more than anything. We'll be able to gain back some MP. Okay. Oops. Awesome. We'll let our risk fall. We got our MP back. I want to try to keep my camera orientation stable here so I can tell where I'm going. I want to have my weapons out so I get defense buffs. I can damage, but not whatever it's called. Ward, is it ward? No. Impact. Yeah, I can impact guard, but it's costly. So let's pop this. Pop this. And then we're going straight through into rights. Oh, I should also save. Crap. fight in here, potentially. Oh, these guys are so... Wow, so much more damage. Oh, I can't see though, that's a problem. Okay. Chest key. Oh, this is a dagger, another silver dagger. Okay, phantom gem, sure. Knuckle guard, knuckle guard. I did find a sword dagger hilt that takes 3 gems. Is this it? I forget what that was called. I think crossguard is something else. No, power palm. Power palm is the one. So maybe this one is two gems. Anyway, it's not so bad on this guy. So straight through to the elbow to the left. Then right. Okay. Over to the left. Straight again. Evasive jumping. Of course. Actually a clear trap, or a cure trap, right? Yeah. I guess whatever that acid thing didn't stick, so... Oh, that sucked. I don't think I hit that last time. If someone comes near us, we can try to grab some MP. Why not? That's all we need. Let's go. There's the door. Wow, camera, come on. Okay. Now, how do I get in there quickly? Wait, I can't tell. It's so dark again. Okay. Okay. Don't care about you. Yeah, for some reason I'm really like, I adjusted, I thought it made things a little better, but I'm really having trouble seeing in this area. It's so dark. This is organized a lot like Iron Maiden B1. We have kind of an upper level and then a ramp down and it loops around. Seriously. Screw my wrist there. This is going back up again. Actually, is that interesting? Was there a door? Oh, I can't get to it. There we go. Yeah, okay. Let's go the other way, because this looks like it's just going to go back up and connect here. Then we can loop around and try to get out. I am curious what happens if I run out of time in here. So dark though. It's very frustrating. Alright. Alright. I can't even see them. It's just Trap City, of course. So I still have some room left. Oh no. Silver. Whatever. Not gonna worry about it too much. God. This part's been kind of stressful. I really dislike time limits generally. And these guys can just pepper you with spells from wherever. So annoying. Wow, I have 6 HP. Like, really? See if I can just paralyze these guys so they leave me alone. Ugh, unless I just screw up like that. It's probably just about as fast to kill them, but it's really ridiculously dark in here. Okay, so ideally we want to just go to the right here and straight through. I'm going to try to adjust my picture here again a little bit. I just don't know what's going on. That is about as good as it's going to get. What? I can't even see where there's a gap. It's getting pretty tight. Do I have to use this cloudstone? I mean, what is the point of this? I'm not gonna make it. Can I just go? Oh my god. So this guy does damage too. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. I guess we'll find out what's gonna happen. Just game over. But that's fine if I still have the items that I picked up. I think I mapped the whole area. Should maybe wait to do this until I beat them all, but... more exits out of that. That was a chest room. So then this goes down. So I didn't, yeah. Since this loops around, we killed like pretty easily, going like 2 ways we didn't go before. We covered like all 3 or 4 spots. I think I got everything in here. That was a bit of a hectic room, so let's check if I kept those items, I guess. Seems like I did. I mean, I'm full. what was that thing that I dropped a breastplate for? This. So I still have it. So that seemed like a good way to do that. It's kind of lucky, I guess, but just make it through the first time. Did I actually... I didn't really even need to go down there. Some crafting materials, I guess. And a grimoire from the Earth Elemental. But yeah, mostly map points. Yes, Orc Leader. That's new. Gargoyles and imps and maybe another type we haven't seen yet. Yuck. Alright, let's get out of here to a workshop or something nearby if there is one. Keynes isn't far. Where am I going? I could also go back to the Wine Cellar. That's a really long way. I should check the map and see if it shows me where the... Let's go back to the workshop and empty our inventory. Polearm is really lagging behind. Only in Iron Maiden did I finally get something that was a little stronger. Some of them aren't piercing though, so I think I have enough of the other weapon types, so I'd like to stick with piercing. Say I think my grips are getting pretty full. This has one gem. I can probably just drop this or sort it. I don't get many shields, but I'll just go ahead and store these away. It's kind of unfortunate that equip things count toward your limit, and you equip quite a few pieces of armor. But I guess they give you capacity 16. I think I'm probably about done with like the upgrading of my equipment. I can do this playthrough, maybe? I guess we'll see, but I may have to go back and sort of clear out my inventory by doing a bunch of combining. little too situational. I should actually really, let's see. Of all those weapons I just stored, I'm curious if any of them had gems. I don't know if these are, yeah, I guess the newer ones are down here, so let's see. Okay. I don't know what that does, but maybe it's a earth gem actually. Gnome, maybe earthy. So that could be cool. I don't think I can disassemble though unless I take it out. So I will leave it for now since I have the earth spell. It seems like I'm only ever able to find some time to sit down with this kind of late at night. I end up getting tired. So I guess maybe we won't make the limestone quarry tonight since we found that whole area, the mines to explore. But that's okay, we can leave that for tomorrow or sometime soon, hopefully. I could go find some enemies to regen my mana here, but it's almost full. Okay, so this is the guild hall. This was this big room with a container that still had some enemies in it. Workers' break room is right at the beginning. Was there anything there? I mean, I don't see any locked doors. Oh, stock sigil. Okay, black market of wines. 79, that's way more MP than I have, so let's just make a hop and hope there's some enemies to regen. I didn't even really pay attention to what area this is. Oh, I forgot I had paralysis. Okay, that'll do it. Now we just want to kill him. Yeah, they really seem to drop more frequently if you're like strong. Food inverse door. I think I'm gonna have to play through this at least one more time. Maybe we can make it. Oh, it's a dummy. So I guess human? I don't think I really need to worry about that. So this is the entrance. This is going to be a boss because this is the entrance to where the Minotaur was originally. And I have like no MP. Maybe actually, yeah, I should back out. I should get some MP. didn't repair my equipment back at the workshop, but I repaired basically right before starting this session, so... "63% on the map, that's pretty good." I think I read somewhere that like on a first playthrough, although I'm not really sure what areas you miss. I mean, I guess there's that root inverse door and some other things like that, so yeah, I don't know how many areas you miss, but I think I read that on a first playthrough you get to like 70, mid 70s or 80% coverage, so we're getting there. I definitely remember some later areas we haven't been to yet. This is just gonna kill me. Oh, okay. Why not? Let's pick our weapon. Since we have options now, it's kind of fun. Minotaur zombie. Fire. Edged. Can do that, I think, more or less. We only have one of them. So I did get a beast gem somewhere. What? So I know I got that. Oh, salamander ruby. Forgot about that one. I thought I got a beast gem. It said somewhere. Dragons. There you go. 23 beast, 49 fire, 15 edged. And have I used my grimoire yet for... I don't know. Nope. So we minimize his defense by going fire. I thought his head was the weak part. I apparently can't reach it. That's sort of silly. Oh yes, I have my paralysis chain. That doesn't do much good. There's the head. That's already a lot of damage, but... I'm just smashing my risk for no real reason. Pretty sure I already had that. I just read that description when we started. Chest in here, maybe? Okay. Damascus. It's probably a pretty good prize, really. I just don't know how to craft that stuff yet. And I don't think there was anything else in here. Alright. I should clean out my inventory again, so let's head somewhere. The Sunless Way isn't far, so that's where we're going to want to go. Next, I think. I guess I could check my maps. Maybe that's how we'll finish off tonight. So I'll just clear out inventory again here. And I'll remove that weapon that had the gem, the gnome gem, so I can disassemble it. That was short time? Bouge type, that's pretty good. Oh, it's the bottom one. Actually, is this? So it's not better. Renewing, store, I guess. It's about all those. Alright. Well, I wish I'd had a little more time tonight. I feel like I'm sort of just getting back into the swing of it, but it is getting late, so I'm going to save the limestone quarry for tomorrow, or if not tomorrow, hopefully soon, sooner than this play was from the last. It is tricky through the week. I wish I had more time. But I'll do what I can. And just to finish off here, I'll take a look through the maps and see if there's anything else unlockable that I've overlooked so far. I don't think so. I think I'm out of sigils. I have keys, obviously, that are reusable, but I've unlocked a few doors with those. Definitely felt pretty comfortable tonight, although that time section was a little bit of an energy drain for me. I am not a huge fan of time things. Oh, what is this? That door? I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I know I've been through these rooms, so yeah, I've been through there. There's just that door high up on the wall that I wasn't sure was connecting to something. B1. Silver key, yes, there was this door here. I don't know where the silver key, but I don't have that yet. So be it. There's also some silver key in Undercity West. This is from our exploration today. That really is organized a lot like Iron Maiden B1. These are just permanent one-way doors, unfortunately. So you can enter from Town Center East, I think. Otherwise, you have to enter from the treaty room that we just came through. That's where we fought the elemental. Chest room. Now there was a room, I guess it was just this. Yeah, this room. When we came up the slope to get back, there was, we jumped up to the east here, climbed up to try to get back to the area as quickly as possible. There was another way there, but it just leads back to another room that we'd already been to. Yeah, so Dream of the Holy Land, Limestone Quarry. This will be our next goal. This leads back to Undercity West from the Sunless Way crossroads, so I remember that pretty well. I think we can do that. Here's the Iron Maiden. I guess I could have showed this earlier. But yeah, there are just a couple vertical rooms that sort of take you down. I think this room here that I didn't explore to the west, I thought I did pop my head in there at least, and there was a chest, and I left it, which may be why it's not showing up, but I thought it would have been at least mapped. But it kind of loops around here and then descends further. And whatever was blocking this, the steel key, yeah, so haven't come across that yet. Silver key in the Undercity West, yep. At least one. This goes up to Snowfly. And here's the Sunless Way there, with a magic circle to take us straight there. This room I don't think I fully explored, and there is actually a door over there that I couldn't get to. There's a, yeah, there is a save point here, and there's a like a headless knight that sits right on top of it, who's a little bit annoying. It's one of those casting battles, kind of like buff casting. Gold key. That's, I think, how we entered Town Center East originally. We came in from this side, and there's like a channel of water, sewer or something there, and I don't recall a way across that, so 2 silver keys and a gold key, steel key in there, and maybe another gold key, so 2 gold key, 2 silver key. To the east. Yeah, so I think this is the little area that I backtracked to last time and lost the recording for. And so where Blackwaters ran, I think, is where you fight Misa and Tiger. And Cat's Paw Black Market had chest with a sigil. The room layout, as you might be able to tell from the map there, is very similar to another chest room or two in the various Undercity areas. Yeah, so I think that key or sigil just got us in here from city walls, and then grab the sigil for limestone quarry here. Had the boss fight here, little narrative, although not much. And that was that. Yep, good old town center west. Where did we emerge from originally? Here we go, the Sanctum. Rue Vermilion. Yep. So we finally came out of the Sanctum after going through a few underground areas. Some magic circle there. A workshop nearby. A channel that we had to pass through the abandoned mines to reach. I think city walls west and then to the abandoned mines. Came up over here on the other side and then had an active cloudstone shortcut back and forth. Yeah, city wall south of the keep, so this is the area we just went through to reach that gate, that big gate area here, and then, or sorry, that's this area I guess, and then that entrance to the time sequence in the abandoned mines. The Kesh Bridge area, yeah, some good drops here, but also really annoying enemies, at least the first time. We have a latch here that we still haven't figured out, but that'll be, opened from some other path. Right, and then down to Undercity East, which we already took a look at. So that's pretty much, that's it. And if I check my items, I think I have nothing but a bunch of grimoires, which I really need to learn. Every time I can fight something to gain MP, I should really spend some to use one of these, learn it, and then regen. Got some buff items to use here, so I can do that before we set out next time. But the only sigils, aside from the quarry ones, are the keep hallway, so next time the plan will be limestone quarry, and maybe we'll get back into a little like narrative and story. I feel like I've been kind of running around, backtracking, grabbing items and stuff, getting ready to move forward for a while, and haven't pushed the story too much. I am sad that we missed out on that, the Nisa and Tiger boss fight and a bit of narrative, but there wasn't a whole lot there, other than a little more reference to sort of the darkness taking hold of the dead, I guess, reanimating people. So next time, limestone quarry. Let's see how much farther we have to go. And with that, I am pretty tired, so I will say goodnight.